Today's AskReddit post. Male Redditors of Reddit, have you ever shown your best friend your penis? If so, why? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. I often get dressed in front of my dog. Tips off hat. My first apartment, I moved in with one of my best buds. I worked nights, and once when I came home he asked me that since I was going to college I could look at his dick since it hurt. I explained to him I was going to tech school for machining, not med school, lol, but he insisted and was freaked out, so I did it. It turned out he broke it while having intercourse with his girl earlier and it was black and blue. He asked if he should go to the hospital and I told him if my dick looked like that I'd be pushing women and children out of the way to get there. Edit. Holy poop guys, thank you so much. I literally did not see this take off, as when I posted it I was waiting in the hospital room while they prepped my wife for a C-section, lol. I now have a beautiful daughter and my first gilded post. Also, this caused my wife to laugh so hard the nurses became concerned and came in. For those asking, he did go to the hospital and it was minor, just looked bad due to bruising. Injury came from her riding him and his dick coming out and into her thigh mid-thrust. They did not marry as she tried to stab him with a piece of broken glass during a fight like 2 months later. I did a lot of streaking back in the day. Pretty much every person within 30 miles of home saw my dick between 2003 and 2005. No, grower, not a shower. My buddy, however, wrapped his around his wrist and asked me what time it was. It's his party trick. Seen that thing way too many times. I read it as waste and thought it was one hell of a party trick. How much blood would you even need to get that big a dick hard? Catch the guy with that trouser snake passing out when he gets hard because there's just not enough blood in him. Yes, because I was drunk and flooded our buddy's bathroom while attempting to take a drunk shower. Nice. I've seen this movie before. My buddy and I were supposed to meet up. My timing was off, so I thought I had plenty of time to have some fun with the wifey. I come out of the bedroom looking for a towel and see my buddy walk through my front door. Direct line of sight of me stepping over doggy gate. Just hanging dong. We lock eyes. He calls me a methodiker and walks back outside. Edit. Holy poop. My highest rated comment is due to my buddy seeing my floppy post intercourse dick. Will try to clarify your replies as best I can. 1. My now ex-wife was in no way related to my buddy. Not his mom. Not his wife. 2. He is not Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not that lucky. Nor cool. 3. The mother ducker was definitely a goddamn it. Why am I looking at your dick? 18 years later. He still gives me poop, saying I did it on purpose. 4. Door was unlocked as it was midday in a fairly safe area. Plus I was expecting him to show up, just not so quickly. Yep, we went to the swim place together. Can't remember the English word. Sex dungeon. I'm pretty sure he meant intercourse dungeon. Being the youngest of 4 older brothers, showing my wiener to those I care about is second nature. Hey, it's me, bro. Are you cinema chicks out? Because I show everybody a penis. Am I the only one who read it in Russian accent? No. But I'm just trying to decide whether it's more of a crazy Russian hacker or Putin type of voice. Yes, she's gay and a doctor. I had an ingrown hair and I wasn't sure what was going on. She offered to take a look. I've seen my best friend's dick for exactly this reason. Though I'm neither gay nor a doctor. But if my best friend wakes me up at 3 AM because he's worried about a suspicious bump on his balls, I'm gonna help a bro out. I have no intercordial interest in his dick anyway. I'm pretty sure he's seen my tits at some point or another. I don't really care. We get our jollies with other people. We're just best friends who happen to have differently shaped bodies. I showed a couple, 3 guys 1 girl of my close friends, my dick when we were 14ish. The girl agreed to show everyone her tits, which were very large, if I whipped out my dick. So I took one for the team, stepped out of the room and came back with my dick hanging out. After a couple awkward nices and hummes, She whipped out her knockers to a couple of wow S and IIMs. One of the best trade deals in the history of trade deals maybe ever. A true bro takes one for the team. New Year's Eve, 2004. My best friend and I were both quite drunk and sitting outside away from the party just to chill for a bit. We decided we wanted to seal our friendship as blood brothers, but not with the whole cutting our hands and mixing our blood because that's gross. So, we whipped out our junk and dipped our balls into each other's beer glasses and chugged the whole thing. We are now ball brothers. Funny thing is I didn't remember it completely the next morning, but I did remember the sensation of my testicles being cold. Edit. Well, I didn't expect this to blow up. I'm going on vacation in a couple weeks and meeting up with him for the Independence Day weekend. And yes, we're still best friends. So ball beers work. I'm sure he'll be tickled pink knowing our story got 8k upvotes. And then we'll have to do it again, because that just seems like the right thing to do now. I am pretty sure my buddy and I both have unintentionally seen one another's junk. Most times it was after drinking like fish. Mind you, him and I have known each other since middle school and we both are 31 now. Anyways, first time I saw his we all went out drinking for a work thing. I had a single drink that entire night and was sober by the time our boss asked me to get him home. And so I did. Got him in the apartment into his room and went about the rest of my night. Wasn't hearing anything from his room like usual, so I went to check. He wasn't in his bed. The TV wasn't on. Nothing. I see the light on in his bathroom, so I knocked to see if he's alright but get no answered. And dummy opens the door to peek inside and make sure he wasn't dead or dying. Dude was passed out hugging the toilet bucket, naked dick sprawled across the floor. Immediately noped out after making sure he wasn't dead. Should have dragged him in bed, tucked him in, and gave him a kiss goodnight. My best friend and I had a threesome with his girlfriend a few years back. She really wanted 2 dudes, and he knew he could trust me. All in all, I'd give the experience 4 stars out of 400 billion in the Milky Way. Female here. My best friend showed me his penis when he broke it while having intercourse with some random girl. He was freaking out, so I took a look to see if we should go to the hospital. Edit. We didn't go to the hospital. It stopped bleeding, so the next day a retired nurse checked on him. Since he was able to pee and there wasn't any visible injuries, he just had to be careful for a couple weeks. He recovered pretty fast and he and his GF had a baby 2 years later. So I guess is working perfectly, lol. Penile fractures are distressingly common. Guys, if your partner is riding, hands on hips, make sure she doesn't slam down after he slips out. Decided to be cheeky and went through the water slide directly after each other. Him first. He looked back and tried to pull me towards him to slingshot me. He only pulled down my shorts. We both regretted the entire situation. Cheeky? Sounds more ballsy to me. Yes, playing a strip variation of a board game, while also drunk. There were grills also. I like grills. Barbecues are epic. Yes, she asked if we could duck, and it seemed like a good idea to me, and it was. She's still my best friend 15 years later. Love at first duck. We were best friends for years before, and we're best friends a decade plus after. The time we spent ducking is tiny in the scope of our friendship, but we both have fond memories of it and it made us even better friends in the end. Yeah, right before I shoved it up his ass, we ended up getting married. I think my best friend is actually the only one who hasn't seen my penis. My other best friends all have because of pajama pulling down or some variation of that. Username checks out. YTF would you give this gold out of all of my funny ass comments? I always wanted to know what happened to Pajama Sam. Never expected this. Given that our saunas are nude and mixed, most of my friends have seen my naked body, and vice versa. Where do you live that has mixed saunas? Germany. Where do you live that has saunas that typically aren't? Accidentally, yes. Me and some friends went on a city trip and got double rooms. Don't know the correct English term for that. Me and my best mate got into the same room. I got pretty drunk the night before, so I slept longer than him. He pulled away my blanket to wake me up because we had stuff planned, exposing me and my morning wood directly to his eyes. As I have the habit of sleeping naked, I'm pretty confident about my dick, so I laughed way too hard when I woke up to his shocked and disgusted face. Well played, massive sack. There's a difference between showing your penis and showering in open showers at the gym or a game of some sort. I have seen most of my friends and every guy on my hockey team naked at some point. I've had full conversations with friends while standing naked waiting for a free shower. Good times. Very liberating, knowing that everyone has a small dick. Except Steve. Goddamn Steve. This. Wrestling in high school completely broke down all of my insecurities in my body. We're all lumpy and gross, bro, haha. Blake was our Steve, and honestly I feel sorry for his wife. Had open showers in my unit in the US Army. Everyone saw everyone's dongs. Got to be normal after a while. My best friend and I are roommates and we like writing jokes together. One time I thought of one in the shower, but also thought it would be funnier if I told it dripping wet and naked. Turns out all I had to do was walk around naked, cause neither of us could stop laughing with me hanging brain in the living room. You gotta tell the joke now. I don't remember it exactly, but the punchline was something like, if guys really want to have threesomes then they should focus on becoming ambidextrous. We were at a party with 30 or so guys and we all took turns. 2 people walk into the bathroom and smallest dick leaves. The last man standing wins. Yeah, how does that go? Do you measure it flaccid? Cause if you're hard we all going to judge you. Swim trunks came off after diving into the pool from the top diving board. You mean diving into the intercourse dungeon? The intercourse dungeon. When I was in grade 2, my classmates took me to a remote section of the schoolyard and asked to see my penis. They seemed rather unimpressed and even disappointed. It was only years later that I realized that this happened because I was the only black guy in my school. Oof. Not exactly. The goal wasn't to show anything to each other, but his girl and my girl at the time were tipsy and flirty with each other and with us. And so we were on a mission. So did they do it? Or did y'all do it? Yes. My best friend from high school showed me his wiener. He was ashamed because he wasn't circumcised, and he said that was the reason he doesn't want to get laid. He only told me and showed me because he said I was a brother to him. I gave him the old pep talk. Told him circumcision isn't really a necessity. That's bro love right there. It's not gay, it's bromance. F. 21 here. My ex-best friend did show his penis to me when we were younger, around 14/15. It started because we were making fun of each other and he got defensive over his size and showed it to me. How did the tale continue? My ex-best friend. What if he gets into an accident? What if he's horribly disfigured and I have to identify him and all that remains are his private parts? I'm standing there. I'm saying, sorry, officer, I can't help you, because no, I haven't seen his penis. And then boom, he's buried in an unmarked grave. New girl? I vaguely remember this. Yep, from the episode Naked. Not my best friend but a close friend. Jokingly said, hey bro, send me a dick pic. Then he asked if I am sure and I said yeah. I joke you not, he sent me his dick pic. And it wasn't just a picture from the net. It was his body attached to that penis and massive balls. So what do? I sent him mine LMAO. Congratulated each other on our sizes and we've grown closer as friends because of this, which is weird. And in a way he helped me break out of my cocoon. Because before that I had this fear of someone seeing me naked. It's not that I have a bad body. I got a good shape. But in a way, I'm really grateful I have friends like him I can fool around and just be a lad. This took a very wholesome turn. Yeah, I was really expecting him to say they later had gay intercourse as a joke. Apostrophe. No. Does this mean I don't have real friends? You have friends. They are just in different dimensions. Different dimensions. Standard or metric? I grabbed my best friend's dick once. We were drunk and he started peeing while I was giving a speech, so I pinched his dick to cuz his piss off. Made us much closer tbh. What the duck? Sex dungeon. We were joking about texting him a dick pic while he wasn't around. Thought it would be funny if he woke up in the morning to a random dick pic. One of my other friends told me that he'd pay me $200 if I did it. So yeah, I did it. Alcohol was involved. Edit. Yes, I got the $200. Did you get the $200? By accident. He laughed and I was sad, so I pulled down his pants and he had a shriveled up pickle down there, so I laughed and made him sad. He was in a pool. You mean a intercourse dungeon? I play water polo so 2-3 times a week. Which sounds really wrong. Do you play it in the intercourse dungeon? Sex cauldron. Yeah, she asked. Was she impressed? She was. And the lesbian who was there with us screamed a bit. I was always proud of that. We were playing a game of beer bowling. The referee told me to send a girl a dick pic, but since I had a GF at the time, I asked if my best friend counted as a girl. The next morning when we were sober, he opened the snap, and we burst out laughing. Fun times. Why didn't you just send it to your girlfriend? Yeah, his story isn't adding up here. My best friend and I basically have no boundaries anymore. We used to live together and share a bathroom. When quarantine hit, he moved in with me. He rented out his room. He really needed to poop and walked into the bathroom while I was taking a shower, shaving my butthole. That is something I wouldn't even allow with a BF. No poops allowed while I'm in the bathroom too. It's not that I liked it or didn't mind. I just rather had him take a poop next to me than in the kitchen sink. Yes, but mostly because I'm gay and he's bi and the tension was getting silly and maybe we thought it would defuse the situation. Didn't work. Boned once in a while for years. Eventually he realized he wasn't really bi beyond me and married an awesome woman. Still best friends. Realized he wasn't bi? What? It sounds like he just met a girl he liked and got married. He's still bi. It seems society doesn't want to acknowledge the existence of bi men. I met my best friend because I was trying to pick her up in a bar. I was successful, but it turned into a friendship instead of a relationship. Task failed successfully. Me and my bud get naked all the time. Casually. We played PlayStation naked one day. We thought it would be funny for our other friend to come in with us like that. He left. Naked gaming is best gaming. The third joystick helps. Me and my best friend actually showered together up until we were 16 IDKY. We just thought it was faster. We're comfortable not hiding our dicks from each other. LOL, that's pretty gay-mo. How was he supposed to suck it without seeing it? Done. Close your eyes. I have a surprise. If you haven't seen your mate's junk, are you actually best friends? My best friend and another close friend were getting into a very serious argument over something I can't recall in the basement of his house. We were a couple of minutes away from going out for a fun night of hanging out, drinking, food, and whatever else we decided to do. About 5 of us were upstairs as they were getting into it. So I decided to break the tension before it got worse by going downstairs butt naked and giving them both a wonderful group hug. All laughs aside, I was glad I could simmer them down, and it's always brought up here and there at how grateful, LOL, they were that I stopped them from ruining a long planned night out. You guys have best friends? You guys have friends? I only have ends. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.